Good morning. It is almost 9 a.m. It's 8:51 right now, and just working on some stuff, doing some research and editing at the same time. That's just it's just good multitasking, or it's just like slower at both things. Anyway, I wanted to start the vlog by saying that yeah, I'm wearing a tank top. I often wear tank tops. I always have, and I didn't know why for a very long time, until one day I went home to Taiwan for the first time as an adult, and everyone in my family was wearing a tank top. And I was like, oh, it's in my blood. Taiwanese people wear tank tops. So it just means that sometimes when I'm about to have a call, I have to scramble to get a shirt on. But like, I don't know, my natural habitat is like guns out, sun's out. Haters gonna hate. The reason I'm starting vlog now at almost 9 a.m. is because we had a slow start to the morning. We had the little guy do a little bit of a self-soothe situation last night. He's getting much older. He's over a year old now. And, you know, we've noticed that he is a good sleeper, but for the last couple of weeks, we've noticed that once he is asleep, you know, we do story time, we do singing, you know, we do brush teeth, and then all this good stuff, all that, like, usual routine stuff. You get him down and he's like snoring, but the moment you close the door to exit the room, he will wake up and just throw a crazy fit. We were just kind of like helping him through it for the last couple of weeks. You know, we'd go back in, hush him down, pat his bum, rock him down, whatever, you know, the stuff you got to do to make your baby not scream and cry. But last night it was like it was coming to a head, you know. It was almost 11 p.m. and he just would not stay asleep. So this isn't parenting advice. This is just retelling my story and what we did. Basically, we set like a 10-minute timer and let him cry and cry and cry. You could kind of hear that he wasn't crying like he was in pain, you know. He's crying like a whining cry, which is also very heartbreaking, obviously, as a parent. Eventually, his crying got quieter and quieter. And here's the thing is, like, as a parent, any parents out there know, you can tell when your kid's tired, right? You can tell when your kid's, like, absolutely exhausted, but they're fighting the sleep. You know, you hear the jokes, you see the memes, like, kids literally will fight sleeping. There's something about it, they just fight it. Eventually, he's getting quieter and quieter and quieter, and we know he's at the door because we have a baby cam in the corner. You can't see anything but the bed, but he's not in the bed, so we know he's at the door, just laying there with his little blankie. And eventually it's quiet, totally quiet, and we're like, oh, I guess he fell asleep. And then we were thinking, oh, we should go in there and move him to his bed. And then we realized, oh, we can't open the door because his body is blocking the door. So we let him sleep there, whatever. He gets his own room. He's very privileged in that way, and he just slept there most of the night. I remember waking up in the middle of the night and checking the camera, and he was in bed. So at some point, he was like, this sucks, and he got up, went to his bed, and slept for the rest of the night. Got up, we gave him some hugs, played with him right away, just to remind him that, hey, we're not gone. We're still here. Every time you wake up, mommy and daddy will still be there. The rest of the day is some editing for me. I've got some new clients, and I shot myself a new video for the other channel yesterday, so I'll be editing that as well. I don't know, I think we're feeling like a little fried chicken treat. And I'm also going to an improv jam tonight, which will be really fun. Some of my students are, they're so excited, they're keen, they can't wait for the next thing, so they're throwing on a jam and they invited me to come. And I should mention as well, last weekend on Saturday, I performed in a show as well, also put on by one of my students, performed alongside some of my students, and it was incredibly fun. It was short form, you know, whose line style, and I could hear the people laughing, and that's like part of improv and performing in general is like, it really is a two-way street, is like when you deliver something and then the audience gives you that feedback right away, you're like, oh, we're on the right track. So yeah, it was awesome. I don't know, maybe I can find a clip and I'll post a smidge of a clip here.
Show me how to get the ball right in my minutes. Taste the donut.
To the taste it, boy. Eat
That
this
one?
donut right now.
The ones.
When
Oh
you-
boy, I
when
don't
you-
like this.
when you- what the?
All right, quick break from work. Mama's cooked up some yummy, perfect looking eggs. A little breakfast weenie. It is 10:30 a.m. Yes, yeah, I can hear you. It's all good. Okay, no worries. I just want to jump on so I can just explain better. So, in exactly 1 minute. That's perfect. Good checking in. Yeah, I'll talk again soon, okay? Okay, it is 3 p.m. I've been editing for hours and I'm still not done. I've also taken a few meetings throughout the day, and now I'm about to take another meeting. Everybody got to have a sweet little nap, so that was a nice quiet time for me. But definitely got the FOMO for the nap. I definitely will be ready for a treat and improv by the end of this day. It's about 5 o'clock, just heading to the park to meet Sherry and the baby. Do a little playing. Okay, well, we're heading home now. Nice little visit to the park. Little man got incredibly dirty, and a little girl gave him a flower. Any thoughts on that?
Romance.
It was pretty cute. Anyway, I'm highlighting this part of my day because it's kind of cool to say that with my current situation, I can go to the park in the middle of the day, in the middle of the workday.
Well, it's kind of the end of the day.
Today, technically, is the end of the workday, but make no mistake, some days I can go in the middle of the workday to the park. Freedom. Just took a nice shower because we're going to improv jam tonight, and I was kind of sweaty and stinky from the long walk. It wasn't even that long, but it's just, we live on a really steep hill. So to get to the park, you have to go down this really steep hill, which is fine, and then up. And it's like really, 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 really vertical. I want to take a moment here while I'm doing my hair, just to look halfway presentable, because my hair is at that weird length where it has to be styled or else it looks really unruly. Shout out to the guy in the comments that, you know, said some nice words in the last video. I've never had anyone on the internet tell me they like my vibes, so thanks for that. It's a real boost to the self-confidence. I just ruined everything. I know it, I just ruined everything. There it is. Got myself a treat. I cracked the thighs open. That's my trick when I'm eating chicken, so that it gets cooled off while I eat the drumstick. Somebody made a mistake, but they forgot the gravy that we ordered, which is fine. We got a refund. But my wife instantly jumped into action and made a gravy. And I will say, this is from my favorite chicken place. This is the first time ever I think they've forgotten something, and that's fine. I'm sure they're extremely busy. It is dinner time. A big shout out to Chick to See. Still amazing, still delicious. It's delicious even without the gravy. The gravy just bumps up the next level. So if you're in Nanaimo, you gotta stop at Chick to See. They have fried chicken and fish and chips. It's amazing, amazing every time. Okay, I'm done eating now. It is always fresh, crunchy, spicy. Doesn't have to be spicy, that's optional. Juicy. The skin falls off in a crunchable, delectable way. And the meat is tender, hot and wet in the best way. And their fish and chips also amazing. They're flaky, crispy, without being too greasy. And most importantly, their French fries or chips are immaculate. Once again, Chick to See #1. Okay, enjoy, bye. Okay, I'm rushing to improv because I'm running a little bit late, having too much fun doing family cuddle time. Maybe I can get some action shots of improv. Again, I'm not teaching, so there might not be any wisdom at the end of the video. How's Lewis? My cat.
Yeah.
I'm hiding in the bathroom doing Duolingo because it's 10 p.m. Baby's asleep. Looks like mommy fell asleep while trying to get him to sleep. I did that wrong. Yeah. Some days I do just the bare minimum, but yes, I have a almost 2,000 day streak on Duolingo. Okay, it's the end of the night. The improv jam was great. I don't really have a lot of improv wisdom because I wasn't teaching. Not that I couldn't glean any wisdom from the jam, but I was just enjoying myself, you know? And it was awesome. One of my students was able to facilitate it and host it and do all the legwork. I just showed up and played along with everybody else. And I think the one takeaway I have for this evening is, you know, it was like 7 or 8 of us. It was just a really wholesome vibe, right? Like none of us are like best buddies. None of us know each other that well, but we're all bonded by really, really shared interest and love of improv and doing improv. And so I think it was just, I had a moment when I was sitting there watching them up there doing scenes. I was like, oh man, I had a hand in bringing these awesome people together to do this awesome thing. And so that was really, really cool moment of like full circle, because I would say this time last year, I was scheduling classes and then having 1 or 2 people show up. You know, I had a few people in my conservatory, but it wasn't nearly as full as what I'm having now, where it's almost, if not full classes, which is really awesome. Having improv back in my life has been really, really enlightening, really empowering, just really energizing. I'm really, really enjoying the process and getting to play, and like, I think having that creative balance really, really helps with my workload and mental health in that regard. Just
you know, spending an hour or 2 hours just having fun, and like the goal is to laugh. It's just fantastic. Having that aspect of community is a big plus, because like, you know, again, these guys aren't best buddies, they don't talk every day, but at some point on some platform, in person or online, everybody's talking to each other and sharing things about improv, and it's just great. So it's late. I'm gonna do my chores quietly while my family's sleeping, and then we'll check back next week. I'm actually doing an improv show this weekend, so maybe I can talk about that as well, but we'll see. Thanks for watching, and yeah, hope you tune in for the next one as well. Oh my god. Do you see what he's...